One of the greatest movie scenes of all time, the Truffle Shuffle, has now been brought to us in HD. This is the Goonies 25th Anniversary Collector's Edition, brought to us courtesy of Warner Brothers. Now, a little bit of a backstory to this entire set. I initially, when it was announced way back yonder when it was first released, I had no interest in buying it. Like plenty of other people who grew up watching this movie, I was a little irritated in the fact that Warner was giving this like the big hoopla collector's editions that they normally do, in which they only release it in a giant box set that's priced at about 30 to 45 bucks with a whole bunch of stuff that really not a lot of people care about, with all due respect if you do, but I really have no interest in it. But so I was a little upset in that I couldn't really buy the movie now released in the United States, because up to that point the only way that you could have gotten the Goonies was through a Region B import, which had a pretty decent transfer and a pretty good sound. And it's the same transfer that they brought over to this release, but I'll get to that in a second. But once again, I was just going to say I'll just hold off. I'll wait until they release it a movie only. I don't really care about this big box, I'll just, whatever. That was until around, let's see, yeah, Christmas week, I all of a sudden get onto Amazon at 3 a.m. in the morning. Don't ask me why, I was bored. And sure enough, it shows me that one product on your wish list has dropped below your price range. And it shows that the Goonies, this box set, was on sale for $6. And my heart, immediately sunk down into the pit of my stomach. In a good way, though, and that, like, there's no way. And sure enough, Amazon must have screwed up or something, I don't know. So normally priced for 35 bucks, this was on sale for $6. And $8 to my credit card account later, I got it within the next 3 days. And luckily, too, because Amazon fixed the price error within about an hour, so I walked away with this one pretty much one of the best deals I've probably ever gotten. But I might as well dive into it, because a lot of people will be wondering, what is inside this gigantic thing, and if it will warrant your 30 bucks now, so unless Amazon screws up again. But just to give you an idea of the box, we'll take away the information flap for the second. The box in itself is about a good maybe 3 inches tall. Pretty thick, too. If you want to get a sense of how big this thing is, here's a DVD cover of it. Here's a DVD cover. Compared to that, it's a few centimeters bigger than a DVD in both height and length, right over here. But the title in itself, yay, non-focusing issues. The title in itself is embossed, and the entire picture is kind of a holographic type of the horizon of the kids looking out at the inferno, One-Eyed Willie's ship. The ocean crashing on the shore and the rocks is embossed right here, if you can kind of get a sense of that right here. The 25th anniversary doubloon, that's all embossed. Pretty cool, too. Very detailed. The embossing continues over here with the Goonies title on the spine, along with a little bit of the ocean waves and the currents and the crashing of the shore. Holographic picture yet again. Pretty fancy, actually. Box had a lot of detail put into it. I'll have to say Warner that much, but the information flap, though. Let's see, bottom of it. What you'll find in this box, your treasure ship has come in. I wouldn't consider that much, but it's definitely not worthy of One-Eyed Willie's treasure, that's for sure. You get a board game, which I haven't played yet. 2 magazine reprints that have been condensed down in size. Storyboard cards, and of course the movie in itself. And a little bit of screenshots from the film. Typical that they would put that right there. This is just the top part. 20th Anniversary Collector's Edition. Now, enough with the talking, though. Let's dive into this little cardboard beast. It opens up, oh yeah, by the way, which that reminds me, opens up to a little bit of a scenery bit right here, which is pretty cool. Yeah, the key that was taken from Chester Copplepot. It's embossed as well and holographic. And then right here you have a little bit of the map. It says 1632. Is that a year or something? And Diaz, they say Diaz, and translate nothing. That's not a sketch. That's it's just a sketch of the Cannonball Chamber. And enough with the movie quotes. But here was the one that many people just cared about. If I can get it open, comes packed into this. Movie in itself looks just like the DVD cover. The spine. A deliciously dizzy adventure. Well, I wouldn't say dizzy, but... See, the extras are the same as the DVD version as well, in that you get a commentary with a little bit of a picture-in-picture commentary / audio commentary with Richard Donner and a little bit of the cast, which is kind of funny because when you watch it, you'll notice that Chunk has lost like a significant amount of weight since growing up. He looks really, really different. It really surprised me in that. Featurette, there's outtakes, the Good Enough video with Cyndi Lauper, which is actually pretty funny, and a theatrical trailer. Shame, though, that there really weren't too many deleted scenes, however, especially with the whole, the octopus scene that a lot of people have been talking about, or at least I couldn't find it. But going into it, Warner, why must you converge to the dark side with these type things? Goonies disc. Looks the same as the DVD disc as well. But overall, though, quick review of the entire thing right here. Like as stated, it's the same as the British transfer that came from Region B. That was the only way that we could have gotten this case. I mean, this entire disc. The transfer, you can tell, is one of the earlier transfers for Warner, but it's not that bad. I give it a 3 out of 5. It doesn't really look spectacular, but blacks are okay. The color, especially like from Mikey's sweatshirt, or when the whole scenery when it comes to Astoria, is pretty beautiful. When they go into One Eye Willie's Treasure, the brightness between the gold and the lighting is pretty spectacular, and the whole fight in the cave too, I thought was very, very detailed. Like I noticed with everything within the rocks, and when they loot Chester Cobblepot, I saw some details I never really noticed before, especially with his wallet and whatnot. Sound-wise, it uses a Dolby TrueHD, not a DTS in this one, which is kind of, well, how should I put this? It's not spectacular, but it's solid. It's probably the best that it's ever sounded, especially, you know, with Cyndi Lauper's songs within it, all the catchphrases. But overall, the majority of the sound is kept within the front channels. The bass really isn't alive that much here until the action sequences actually start. When they try to mess with the pipes to create enough noise, if you would say it that, the track finally does become a little bit of a surround type area, but not that much. And of course, the whole fight scene within the cave is probably at its peak when the sound is the most alive, if you would call it that. So, but hearing "Hey You Guys" in HD, though, it's like Nirvana. Yeah, audio Nirvana. I'll put it that much. I'm just kidding. But extras, you know, extras are extras, just like the DVD. Kind of disappointing, you know, that I couldn't find the deleted scenes. They might be on there, but if someone proved me wrong, I apologize. I couldn't find it, but otherwise else, video I'd give a 3 out of 5. Audio I'd give a 3 out of 5, and the extras I'd give a 3 out of 5 as well. So normal disc. But if it's one of your favorites, I would definitely recommend the upgrade. And it's one of my favorite movies, and I was willing to upgrade it. I never even bought it. I still own the VHS, and it's like I only rented the DVD. And so I've only had this on VHS, so it's a worthy upgrade in this aspect. Yeah, I see my brand new camera in there. No more focus issues. So, putting this thing back, it opens up to here, where we have our magazines. YouTube said, you know, I can go beyond 20 minutes, so let's try it. So, you have the Goonies novel that pretty much dives into the film of stars, interviews. Let's see. Oh, a little bit of a side note up here. It's somewhere up there, but when Annie was talking about, is that a B sharp or is it an A flat? They're the same notes, girl. Surely I would have figured that Spielberg would have caught that. A little bit of the cast. Now I'm going to go through the pages really, really fast because of the time limit here. So if you want to just pause the video or something, and you'll be able to look at the pictures a little bit. My camera, you know, has a greater focus now, but it's not really that focused, so I don't know if you'll be able to read anything. But oh, hello there. The iconic image that would be found on Hot Topic shirts everywhere. The pages themselves kind of have a crisp feel to it as well. I dig it. A bit of the music video. And so on and so forth. I'll come back to this in a second, but just to give you an idea of how they feel. It's really not that bad of a book. Kind of has a retro look to it, if you'd ask me. It's like, Brand, you wear braces. And the Goonies music video. Popcorn Factory coupon. And I can get t-shirts as well. Not bad. If only there was a t-shirt that said, I'd like to find my one-eyed Willie or something. Yeah, a little too far, I know. Storyboards. Come out of here. Double-sided. A little bit of a story sketch. I always loved this water shoot scene. It's like of a before and after. They came across the Inferno, the first view of the ship. When you notice that, well, One-Eyed Willie, that's why they call you One-Eyed Willie. One-Eyed Willie. Hey, you guys. A modified version of the chamber in itself. It's really not that bad. The deleted scenes of the Angel of Death. Grand Theft Gorilla. This could pass, you know, as deleted scenes, but it's just not the same. Supposedly have a gorilla that robs him. The water slide map. Now this is one of my favorites, probably. In which it breaks off and you can actually see, like, where did they go necessarily with the shoot. That would have been an interesting part of the map, wondering what the heck is that? Mikey at the wheel. At the wheel of the Inferno. And of course, the octopus. It was very, very scary. Thank you, Short Round. Shame that this one didn't really make it, but can't always get what you want, probably. But these go back in the pretty cool envelope. It's not cheap. You can at least tell that Warner did put some quality into this set. The Empire 20th anniversary of the Goonies that they did a while back. Steven Spielberg even came around to check it. And yep, that's Chunks in right there with the bald head. Interesting, really. Josh Brolin went on to do other things. Corey Feldman. It's really interesting to see Data and Beth and everybody so grown up these days. But yeah, it's kind of a short little pamphlet. I wouldn't call it a magazine, but it's a pamphlet, and it's a little bit bigger than the Blu-ray disc. But, and probably one of the weirdest things of all, the board game. Opens up from the top. Obviously I haven't played it, so I can't really, so I can't really pull out all the pieces, but yeah, not too bad. So let me just put everything back in here. And then everything fits right back into this box, separated by like a cardboard little slit, so that the magazines and the board game don't get mixed up or whatever. Oh, almost running out of time, up to 16 minutes right now. Better hurry. Put this back here. So after 16 minutes of me fumbling through a whole bunch of stuff, the key question you're probably asking is it worth it? Well, if you want my honest opinion, for $6 it was worth it. But if you just want the movie in itself, however, I'd say wait until the individual title drops, whenever that may be. Because the transfer and the audio, while okay, really wouldn't necessarily warrant a $20, price tag, or however Warner usually prices their catalog these days. But unless you were to find this for $10, $15, or or Amazon screwed up and gave it to you for $6, this isn't worth the $30 as they're advertising. I mean, it's just, if the transfer was a little bit better, then yeah, but otherwise else the majority of it is just a bunch of useless stuff, if you just want my personal opinion. So as a set, I would give this a 3 out of 5, and that's just based off of having the movie alone. Otherwise also, it's pretty much useless. I mean, if anything, they could have given us like a replica of maybe the key from Chester Cobblepot, or a replica of the map, or something for that matter, maybe a bag of jewels, I don't know, but shoot, maybe how to do the truffle shuffle instruction video, that would have maybe had me buy it. But anyways, guys, I hope this was informative, and to show what exactly are you missing, put that in quotation fingers. So, but thank you guys so much. Enjoy the rest of your night. Take care.